All right, so here's what we want to do, okay? Here's what we want to do. It's been, you know, in an increasingly attention deficit world. I mean, it used to be you put up a YouTube video and 10 minutes was considered short, all right? Then you'd put up, you know, a 5-minute video. You notice people like are starting not to watch it. Now we're in a TikTok world, okay? Where you've got, what, 60 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes tops of your TikTok video, all right? That will hold, and by the way, you know, if you don't entertain someone in the first 10 or 15 seconds, they hit that little button, they go to the next video, all right? This is the world we live in. People are, I wouldn't say they're busy, because they're not. They're just attention, I mean, they're not attention oriented.
Well, they think they're busy.
They're inputers. They want more input. Give me more input, okay?
Yeah.
More input, more input. And the faster they scroll through the input, so you have less and less times to do stuff, all right? Which means the whole long, basically, rapport dance that people used to do is pretty much gone, all right? Yeah, Twitter, you've got 140 characters to make a point. Although, Elon says he's expanding that. So, we'll see what happens. But, you know, but yeah, that's it. You get your little message, okay? And if the world deems you worthy enough, they will listen or click the link or whatever they're going to do, okay? Yeah, so basically we have people wandering the planet with incredibly short attention spans. On top of that, they're carrying around this mobile distraction, okay? Where they're just sitting there looking at the next Facebook post to see how many people liked it, okay? Which also comes out of strange, oops, there goes my phone. Strange addiction, okay? So, this is the challenge now. This is the challenge of getting rapport, all right? People aren't having long conversations. They're always, you know, and many of them aren't sitting still, okay? They're always moving like from here to there, okay? And if you stop them, you are now impeding them from getting from here to wherever they want to be, okay? So if you want to get them to connect with you, you've got to do a few things that are a little bit different, okay? It's like, well, tell them what you did the other day. Kim's wandering, she's talking to the car next to her. What'd you do? What? All right, so really not so quick. All right, so number one, what the hell was going through your mind?
Well, they had a smart car and I wanted it. Because it gets great gas mileage.
Yeah, and for Kim, it seems like a huge car.
It really does.
All right. So,
and you don't see those around here. So I just rolled out my window and said, hey, do you love your car? I love it. And they said, oh, we do love it.
Okay, boom.
Yeah.
Okay, in traffic at a light.
We were at a light.
At a light.
Yeah.
In traffic at a light. Okay. No, it was the actual smart car. The itty
it was
bitty
a little bitty
one.
thing.
Okay. There was it Mercedes makes it or something?
I don't know.
It's the smart car. All right, so, but in traffic, Kim rolls down her window, notices a few things, says what's on her mind, gets a really good response after they said they loved it. Did you say anything else, or did you have one of your traffic conversations?
And we talked until the light changed, but yes, it was a traffic conversation. I was like, that's, and I just, of course, you give it, when they say, oh, we love it, it gets, I said, so I forget, I said, maybe, do you drive it a lot, or do you have a great gas, you must have great, and or I can't remember, and then they said, oh yeah, and they told me all about using it. And they said, and of course, you always give that wow feedback because it kind of eggs them on, you know. And of course, I was serious. I wanted to know about their car. They actually travel all the time, and they have an RV that they travel in, and they have a compartment for the car.
Okay, these are really
and I said,
wealthy people.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I said, I want to do that. I hate pulling a car behind the RV. And they said, oh, it's great not having to do that. You just have a compartment, you just pull it right in. I'm like, that's so awesome. I'm like, that's amazing. And so
they say my mic is off.
Oh. But it was just
dead. Yeah.
It was just brief rapport, right? Because I actually wasn't thinking about getting rapport or anything. I just had a question, and I wanted to tell them how awesome I thought their car was. So if you think something's awesome about somebody or something, you ought to tell them. That is the way you should go through the world, right? So
yes. Point out awesomeness wherever you find it.
Point out awesomeness.
You should point out awesomeness.
And I did in traffic.
Okay.
And it was, but no, it was really cool. She was so nice. And we just started talking about her car. And then as the light changed, they sat and tried to get out the last of it and bye, before the end.
Yeah. So.
Attention deficit world, yes, it is.
Yeah. But even in an attention deficit world, at a stoplight that lasts maybe a minute and a half, all right, the amazing one is able to strike a conversation up with a car next to her and actually get all kinds of information and stuff and get them connected,
I honestly do point out awesomeness, and I know that's like a thing now. I mean, thing people do, but it has to be real awesomeness, or it has to be something you really admire, or something you really notice that is kind of something more action usually motivated, right? Like if someone has a great hair color that they put in, or someone in class, she was new to class and I was helping her out, and she has a great downward facing dog. Like, because she's like, I really don't do any yoga.
That's a yoga pose.
It's a yoga pose,
It is not a dog breed.
No.
It's actually a pose.
But, to enhance the rapport at that point, and when she's going, I'm so lost, I've done Pilates, I haven't worked out for a long time, I need to get back into it. And I said, but you have a great downward-facing dog. And she's like, oh, thank you. And, and then it kind of accelerated things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's all off track, but...
Yeah, so and we'll be covering a lot of that, but I just want you guys to get the idea. Why would we do, another anchoring or rapport thing? Because
Olivier asked for it.
Yes.
And he's here.
Yeah, and Olivia's right. It's like it's not like we're faking interest in it about like asking a girl about her shoes. Like they haven't heard that a billion times. But it's like. We'll cover this, but I wanted to really give you a good idea of why we decided on this time, because I've just noticed that. I noticed the frustration of people who are sitting there and they want to connect and they want to talk to people. You got salespeople who are going into situations and you don't have a lot of time. Okay, people are like, what's your elevator pitch? Guess what? Your elevator pitch is now too long. Because people don't have the attention span for even your elevator pitch. All right, they just don't. All right, they want input from their little phone, little likes on their things, telling them that so that other people they've never met can make them feel great about themselves.
But people do that to feel good. So you just do it in the real world.
Yeah, you know. But you got to kind of get them off the phone. Okay, and by the way, slapping their phone down and is not a good way of doing it. Just makes them mad. Don't ask me how I know.
But I think a lot of people are actually looking to get off their phones. Not all, and not all generations. Like that's not true. Even the younger generation that is very phone and computer oriented is looking for connection. But they're looking for a lot of people play computer games to make a real connection.
That's sad. Anyway.
Wednesday nights, we go play a computer game, but the big deal is...
But we go with real people.
We do. But the big deal is dinner afterward. But it is the reason for going. I think I suggested that to someone recently about meeting people. I said, it doesn't matter if it's what you love. It doesn't matter. Just go do something. I mean, it can be free, it can be easy, but the point is to meet with the same people every week. And I think that was actually Olivier who said that too.
Yeah. So that's where we are, and that is why.